Hello, my fellow viewers, and welcome back. And this time, we're going to go into the plot now. We are now officially in Chapter 1, where this truly starts. I would like to thank my inspirations, who are, by the way, Ono Kage and Masako X. And believe it or not, I really do have to actually thank Crazy Amanda. This was actually all because of her little dare to actually dare me to even do What If Carrie Met Andrew, and now I feel like I'm truly actually doing something I like now. And now I'm pretty much just sharing my imagination. But I believe we are about to officially enter into the DC multiverse with this Marvel character. I have some explanations as to why, but I'll go ahead and let the story speak for itself for now. So right now, enjoy.
Chapter 1, Welcome to Earth 1. At CC Jitters. You do realize when I said I wanted a drink, I didn't mean a latte, right? Cisco asked. I meant alcohol, mind-numbing alcohol. Cisco said with a hint of frustration. Look Cisco, you got to give him a chance. Barry said with a mixture of frustration and confusion. He's just a regular normal guy. From another universe. Barry added. Even just talking about it with Cisco, it's still hard to believe. And I can time travel. Barry thought. I never thought I'd miss time travel. Cisco said to Barry in a low voice. Time travel, huh? A woman from behind them said, making them both flinch and turn around. Oh, hey Patty. Barry said in both delight and surprise. Hey Barry. Patty greeted with enthusiasm. Is there a metahuman that can time travel? Patty asked, feeling like she interrupted something. No, of course not, time travel's not real. Barry said along with Cisco nodding soon after. 'Cause that would be pretty cool. Patty said. Not so sure about that. Cisco mumbled. Patty, you know Cisco Ramon, right? Barry asked. Yeah, you're the scientific advisor on meta-humans for the CCPD, right? Patty asked. Yeah, that's me. Cisco said casually. Did you hear I was right about King Shark? Patty asked. King Shark, nice name. Cisco said impressed. Yeah, King Shark almost ate the Flash. Patty said. I'm sure the Flash had it handled. Barry said. Sure he did. Cisco thought sarcastically as he rolled his eyes at Barry. No, I was there, I saw it all, some hooded guy saved his life. Patty explained almost stammering. Wait, and you're not like, traumatized, or anything? Cisco asked. I just saw a half-man, half-shark take on the fastest man alive, I love this city. Patty said with enthusiasm. Barry and Cisco chuckled as Cisco shot Barry a look. Patty's phone started vibrating, then she took it out and read a text. The captain texted me, he wants me to write my police report, you maybe want to write it with me? Patty asked Barry. Sorry, I can't tonight, I'm busy. Barry said regretfully. Oh, okay then. Patty said as casually as she could, trying to hide her disappointment. Well, I'm going to go skip the coffee and get a head start. Patty said, her disappointment starting to show on her face a little. When Patty left, Cisco shot Barry a glazed, disappointed look. Really man? Even I could tell she was into you. Cisco said. Don't start, Cisco. I was going to ask her out, then a man shark attacked me, and Dr. Wells the sequel showed up. Barry said, trying to explain himself to Cisco. Okay, can we please not call him Dr. Wells? Cisco said in frustrating confusion. I'm just going to call him Harry. He said. Fair enough. Barry said. Look, there's always going to be Harrys out there, but you can't let the Harrys of the world get in the way of you living your life. Cisco said in an almost urging way. Come on, man. Ask Patty out. You've got to be. Then all of a sudden Cisco gasped and he was standing in the middle of the Central City Bank where there was a bunch of people hiding under desks, and a woman with a helmet on her head and a black visor covering most of her face, was shooting lights out of her hands, shooting out the security cameras. Cisco? A voice called out to him. Then Cisco blinked and he was standing in the line of CC Jitters again. Are you okay? You kind of spaced out for a sec. Barry said in concern. We have another breacher. Cisco quickly said. What? How do you know? Barry asked confused. At Central City Bank, hurry. Cisco said urgently. Okay. Barry said as he casually ran over to a blind corner, changed into his uniform, and sped off to the Central City Bank. But as Barry was running, the most surprising thing happened. A breach opened up, and a streak of silver and white lightning shot out of it. Barry changed his trajectory to follow the silver streak of white lightning. Then as Barry caught up with it, he noticed a man with silver hair running with white lightning flickering around him. Who are you? The Flash asked, getting closer to him. The man turned his head behind him and asked, Are you the Flash? Is this Central CI? Then before the man knew it, he tripped over a car, flying into the air rolling at the feet of a beautiful woman. The woman looked down in shock at the man to see that his legs, an arm, and some fingers on that arm were badly broken and dislocated. Is this Central CI? The silver-haired man asked before passing out. At STAR Labs. Who is he? Harry asked. I don't know. All I saw was a breach opening up and he just ran out of it. Barry answered. Well, do you at least know if Zoom sent him? Cisco asked. I'm sorry, no, we barely even spoke. Barry said disappointingly. Great, so we barely know anything about this guy. Cisco said in disappointing frustration. No, he's not working for Zoom. Both Harry and Jay said at the same time. How do you two know? Cisco asked mainly to Harry. Well, for one thing, Crisco, if this guy was from our Earth, both I and Jay would have recognized him. Harry answered in his normal snarky way. That and, he still has his speed. Zoom often steals the speed from any speedster he encounters. Jay said. Well, whether he's a friend or not, when he wakes up he's going to have to answer a lot of questions. Cisco said. Barry nodded in agreement. Caitlin walked in with a raised eyebrow and a surprised expression. Guys? I think you all are going to want to see this. But before she could explain, the silver-haired young man began moaning and sat up in the bed he was laying in. Wait, my arm, my fingers, my legs. He said in shock and amazement. And wait. What is this thing on my leg? He asked, staring curiously at the silver piece of metal on his leg. It's just a precaution, we don't really want to hurt you. Caitlin said assuringly. He looked up to see 5 people standing near him. But we would like it if you answered our questions, please. Barry said politely. And the silver-haired young man gave a nod. Okay, first 2 opening questions, who are you, and how did you get here? Cisco asked firmly and curiously. My name is Pietro Maximov, and I came out of something called the Speed Force, I think. A woman there said that another speedster draws his power from there. Pietro answered. Wait. Barry said quickly. What did this woman look like? What was her name? Barry asked almost excitedly. She said she was the Speed Force, just in a different form, but she told me to just call her Nora Allen. Pietro explained. What else did she say? Barry asked almost frantically. All she told me to do was run and a portal will open up to a place called Central City and I can start over on a new Earth. Pietro explained. And why would you need to start over on a new Earth? Caitlin asked. 'Cause I died in the one I'm from. Pietro answered. Wait, what? Cisco asked. Then how are you even here, if you died wherever you're from? Cisco asked confused. She told me, she used a lot of energy to pull what little life I had left into the Speed Force so that she could reward me for saving an archer and a little boy. Pietro answered. Okay, well, I can tell you that this is Central City. And you're in STAR Labs right now, in case you were wondering. Barry pointed out. I'm Barry Allen, this is Cisco Ramon, and Caitlin Snow. And these 2 are Dr. Harrison Wells, and Jay Garrick. Barry introduced. Like you, these 2 are from another Earth as well. Wait, I heard your name before. Pietro said in realization. That woman that called herself the Speed Force mentioned you. Wait, she sent you here to find me? Barry asked. No, she just told me that I could start over here on this Earth. Pietro answered. If you don't mind my asking, where are you from? Russia? Cisco asked. No, Sokovia. Pietro answered. I was never that good at geography, but isn't that somewhere in Eastern Russia? Cisco asked. Eastern Europe actually. Pietro corrected. Now I have some questions. Caitlin said. While you were unconscious, I ran some tests on you. While you do have the Speed Force in your system, I haven't found any traces of dark matter in you at all. If you don't mind me asking, if you didn't get your powers through some accident of a particle accelerator exploding, or from being exposed to dark matter, how did you get your powers? Caitlin asked. Then Pietro sat up straighter and told them everything. About his parents' deaths, about how he and his twin sister volunteered for human experimentation to gain their abilities, how they tried to use their powers to kill Tony Stark and the Avengers, how he and his twin sister joined the Avengers to stop a homicidal robot from destroying all life on his Earth, and all the events leading up to his death. That was very brave of you. Caitlin said. Respect. Cisco simply said. You just did the act of a true hero, giving your life to save two people you barely knew. That's what being a hero is all about. Jay said. You did the right thing. Barry said. Yeah, let's give him a Medal of Honor. Harry Wells said while rolling his eyes. Look, are you going to help us or not? 'Cause if not, you might as well just leave now. Wells said impatiently. Hey. Harry. Cisco and Caitlin snapped at Wells. Fine. Pietro said scowling angrily at Wells. Wait, I'm sorry about him, please don't go. Barry urged. No, his attitude aside, he reminds me of somebody I once knew back on my Earth. And for that reason alone, would be why I would have left anyway. Pietro said. Pietro grabbed his shirt and sped out of the lab. Damn it, Wells. Barry said angrily. Thanks for scaring him away, Harry. Cisco said in angry sarcasm. Oh please, he is a dime a dozen, we already have a speedster with us who is probably faster than that guy anyway. Wells said in a tense trifle manner. Actually. Caitlin said, cutting into the conversation. According to these test results, whatever gave him his speed on his Earth, is somehow mixed in with the Speed Force. So with the two combined, he could be just as fast as Barry if not faster. Cisco finished. I'm going to go find him. Barry said as he grabbed his flash suit and sped out. Wait, guys? Caitlin said in both fear and concern. If that thing is supposed to dampen his powers, how did he get it off of him? Caitlin asked. With Pietro. As Pietro was running, he stopped and looked at his sleeves to see that both of them were starting to catch fire. He quickly patted them out to also smell burnt rubber. He looked down to see that sparks were coming off of his shoes. Wait, no. Pietro said as he frantically jumped around. Then a blur of yellow lightning sped in behind him. Yeah, the first time I got my speed, the same thing happened to me. Every time I ran, my clothes and shoes always caught on fire. The Flash said to him. Wait, Barry? Is that you? Pietro asked. Barry quickly shushed him. Yes, it's me. But in this suit call me the Flash. Barry urged in a low voice. Okay. Flash. If this used to happen to you, what did you do to make it stop? Pietro asked. My friends at STAR Labs helped me, and they can help you too, just come with me and I promise. Huh, what are the odds of that? Cisco said over the radio comm in Barry's cowl. What? Barry asked. Remember that breacher that robbed the Central City Bank? Cisco asked. Let me guess, I'm looking at her right now? Barry asked. Yep. Cisco said. Then she blasted a car that went flying at the Flash and Pietro, pinning them to a wall. In the Central City Picture News. As she walks in to see Linda Park talking to Iris West and the chief editor standing nearby. Everybody out. Dr. Light said loudly. And as everyone ran for the exit, she made sure that Linda didn't go anywhere. I don't think so. Chief Editor Larkin said stepping in front of Linda. She's leaving with us. Iris said also stepping in to defend Linda. What do you want from me anyway? Linda asked. Dr. Light lifted a glowing palm to her. Your life. She answered. Barry. Barry. Are you all right? Cisco asked, panicked. Both Barry and Pietro opened their eyes and woozily shook their heads. Cisco? Don't worry, I'm fine. Barry said. Wait, are you speaking in an earpiece? Pietro asked. Barry looked over to him and nodded. And the other guy's okay too, we're just pinned to a wall. Barry explained to Cisco over the comm piece. Barry's whole body started vibrating, then he just walked through the car. Then Pietro started doing the same thing and also walked through the car. Pietro looked down at his vibrating hands. I don't understand, how did I can walk through things just by vibrating? Pietro mumbled to himself in confusion. I'll explain later, but for now, will you help me stop that metahuman woman? Huh? Pietro asked, confused. The metahuman woman that blasted a car at us. Barry explained. Metahuman? Pietro asked, confused again. Okay, obviously, we need to bring you up to speed, no pun intended, on a lot of things. But for right now, we need to stop that woman. Barry said. Pietro nodded and followed the flash. I've never killed anyone before, but it's not murder if it's your double, right? Dr. Light asked. Why are you doing this? Linda asked fearfully. It's the only way I can stay alive. Dr. Light answered, also sounding fearful. Larkin subtly grabbed a knife. I'm sorry, Linda. Dr. Light said sincerely. Then Larkin lunged forward with the knife in his hand, ready to stab her, but unfortunately for him, he only got in the way of her light blast. Though everything appeared to have been going in slow motion, the Flash and Pietro ran in. Orange lightning flickering and crackling around Barry, and white lightning flickering and crackling around Pietro. As the Flash narrowly saves Larkin from the light blast, Pietro tackles Dr. Light to the ground, pinning her down by her hands, her helmet rolling off of her head. Pietro looked over to Barry. Flash, is everyone all right? Iris nodded to the Flash, then the Flash looked over to Pietro and gave a nod to Pietro. Well, don't worry guys, I got this. When Pietro looked at her with her helmet off, he was shocked to see that it was a gorgeously beautiful woman. Wait. What's wrong? The Flash asked before speeding next to Pietro and Dr. Light. Barry's eyes widen in shock when he sees that Dr. Light is another Linda Park from Earth 2. No way. Barry whispered loudly. Wait, you know this woman? Pietro asked. But before either of them knew it, she blasted a beam of light so bright and powerful, it sent the Flash and Pietro crashing through a window. And Iris, Linda, and Larkin shielded their eyes from it. When the light faded away, all three of them looked up to see that Dr. Light was gone. Are you two okay? Iris asked Linda and Larkin. They both nodded. Iris ran outside to see if the Flash was okay. Barry, are you okay? Iris asked worriedly. You all right, Barry? Cisco asked over the radio comm. Guys, I can't see. Barry said. Neither can I, Pietro said, holding his hand in front of his face. Back at STAR Labs. I still can't see anything. Barry said. Neither can I, Pietro complained. Caitlin flashed a red light directly in front of both of their eyes. How long is this going to last? Pietro moaned. Both of you are suffering from solar retinopathy, both of your retinas have been severely damaged. You both are lucky you are not permanently blind. Caitlin said. But with both of your rapid regeneration abilities, both of your sights will return soon. Jay said. 6.25 hours by my estimation. Harry Wells said. Well, Pietro seems to be healing faster than Barry, his sight should be returning sooner, probably in 15 more minutes. Caitlin said. I may not know who you really are, but thank you for helping Barry. Iris said with gratitude. You are welcome. Pietro gratefully responded. Oh, Iris, that's Pietro Maximoff. He's from another universe, but it's not like the one from where Jay and Wells are from. Barry explained. And where is that? Iris asked. It's a long story. Barry said. Iris just nodded in acceptance. Now, focusing on the problem at hand, the metahuman that got away, her name is Dr. Light. Small-time thief on my Earth until the explosion of dark matter from the particle accelerator made her a metahuman with the ability to derive power from starlight. Wow, that's pretty cool. Cisco said, impressed. Stars having a temperature of 53,000 degrees Kelvin and a blinding luminosity, I would say, not very cool at all, Crisco. Harry Wells said in a low serious manner. Our Wells may have been evil, but you're just an arrogant prick. Cisco said while rolling his eyes and walking away. Alright, obviously, he brought her here from your Earth like the others to kill me. Barry said. And now that we know that, we can use that to gain the advantage. Harry Wells said. How? What do you mean? Barry asked. We capture Dr. Light and use her to lure Zoom here. He answered. Whoa. 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 Jay said loudly. Are you out of your mind? We're not luring Zoom anywhere. Jay said loudly. Of course, the man hiding a full universe away from Zoom wants us to be cowards too. Harry Wells said. Okay, first of all, I'm not hiding here, Zoom nearly killed me and stole my speed. And second of all, Jay punched Wells in the face, knocking off his glasses. I'm sick of your mouth. Jay yelled. I've spent 2 years hunting Zoom. Wrong. Harry Wells responded with a punch of his own. Zoom has been hunting you. You spent the last 2 years of your life running from Zoom. Zoom would have killed me, just like he will kill Barry and this new speedster if you lead them down this path. Jay yelled. No, those two run towards danger, not from it, cause Barry and Pietro aren't cowards. The next thing Barry and Pietro knew, they just heard a series of punches, which was what they assumed was Harry and Jay trading blows. Is it always like this on your Earth? Pietro asked. Barry chuckled. No, not always. Look, I don't know what your Earth was like, or what your life was like before you came here. And I'm sorry for everything that happened to you. But the Speed Force sent you here for a reason, and maybe it's not just to try and make a new life here. Barry said. It just told me to run, a portal will open up, and I can start my life over here in Central City. It didn't tell me anything else. Pietro said. Yes, but why Central City though? Barry asked. Why would it tell you to start your life over where another speedster is? Barry asked. Pietro started thinking. I don't know, coincidence maybe? Pietro guessed. Look, it may not have said so exactly, but I think the Speed Force would want you to help us stop Zoom. Or at least, give you the option to help us. Barry said. Pietro raised an eyebrow. Look, you can either just start your life here in Central City, or you can help us stop Zoom and save the multiverse. But either way, welcome to Earth 1. Barry said, holding his hand out randomly. Pietro did not get his sight back all the way, but he could see well enough to know where Barry's hand is. So he shook Barry's hand. Thank you. And I will help you.
End of part 1. I know that there will be a lot of plot holes in this, like the part where Harrison Wells, I think, Harrison Wells or Jay Garrick, I don't know, but one of them points out that Pietro will get his eyesight back in around 15 more minutes, which is actually not true. Pietro actually gets his eyesight back an hour before Barry gets his back. I was just trying to show how better Pietro's healing abilities are compared to Barry's. But to be honest, I would also like to talk about, to be honest, not just plot holes, but also the fact that this is honestly, well, I'm just being honest right now, but I honestly don't know where I'm going to end this, but, I'm just enjoying the ride because I actually have an entire story of this entire epic crossover between both Marvel and DC. DC characters will be in the Marvel universe and vice versa. And there's a story as to why this is happening. I'm not going to explain it now, but please know that I will eventually. And I would also like to uh, apologize for this being out so late because I celebrated a birthday this month around, I believe, the 27th. And right now, I'm typing out part 5. So please know that I am working on that one. And I'm also going to be working on editing the next one after this one, which is also going to be long and will probably take me just as long as this one, if not longer. But please know that I am still working on these, and see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Unfortunately, I don't really have a Patreon, but good luck to you all, and thank you all for watching.